Flying into our headliner, brought to you by Bruno's Pizza, $15.99. Any large is the special. Order at brunosnd.com. We have an exciting one. We have North Dakota State's Associate Athletic Director and Teammakers Executive Director, a good friend of ND Country Fest, a good friend of mine, yours truly, Derrick Lang. Here he is, people. There he is.
How about that? How about that intro?
You like that?
I need my wife to have a little bit of that excitement when I get home every night.
All right.
I don't get that all the time, so.
I did that 5 times in the mirror.
Yeah, he's been working on it all week.
I could tell.
Let me do the intro. I've got it covered.
Derrick,
I appreciate you guys having me.
We appreciate you, my friend. Tell us a little bit about Teammakers. What's that all about?
Yeah, so Teammakers is a nonprofit organization that's been around since 1950 and associated with Bison Athletics. Our main purpose on the Teammakers side is we raise money for student-athlete scholarships here at NDSU. So we've got 16 sports, and so Teammakers, we're responsible for raising all the scholarship money to give kids the opportunity to come here to NDSU and Fargo and excel in the classroom, in the community, and in their sports as well. So been a group that's grown a ton, since they started, 60, 70 years ago. Into what NDSU has become now, and our brand has grown so much. So it certainly evolved and is involved in a lot of different things throughout the community. But again, our main purpose to raise scholarships and opportunity to provide those opportunities for student athletes here at NDSU.
Which is massive for an athletic department, right? I mean,
yeah.
Fundraising, facilities, and in the competitive world that it's in right now with everything.
Got to fund those scholarships.
Mm-hmm, for sure. One thing we want to talk about is that the ND Country Fest Casino. So ND Country Fest, obviously everybody knows what that is.
Sure.
We have the first casino ever.
Have you verified that yet?
Verified in the Midwest region.
In the Midwest region, really?
Which is actually facilitated by the NDSU Teammakers.
Yeah. Yep.
So how's that work?
So what's great for us? So when I first talked to you, Derrick, it was we at the festival, we're always looking for great experiences for people and things for them to do, especially during the mornings, and the nights. But it was like, hey, people like casinos, right? I mean, there's no doubt they like our crowd specifically likes to have a good time, likes to go to casinos. It was like, hey, let's see if we can make this work.
Like
put this here, drink and gamble, right?
That's always a great combination, drinking and gambling.
Right.
Safe thing to do.
It's fun. And when we first announced it, obviously it didn't happen in 2020. We know that got postponed to 2021. But when we first announced it, our fans and crowd just went crazy. They were like, we will be there from when we open at 10 a.m. all the way until 1 a.m. And that's such a great thing for them to do in an experience. But what we want to clarify is that ND Country Fest doesn't get those funds. That goes directly to, go ahead. Where does that go? Directly to the Teammakers, right?
Yeah, so that's one dimension of Teammakers that people probably don't realize or maybe understand. We have our own 5 locations at bars throughout Fargo, mostly in Fargo, Moorhead, that have gaming sites as well. So blackjack, pull tabs, all those things. So we've got our own locations here, and all that money that's raised through those elements all go back to helping us fund our student athlete scholarships. So any money that's made throughout those elements all again goes back to our scholarship pot that helps us write the check at the end of the day back to the athletic department for student athlete scholarships. So all that money again goes back to our student athletes in some fashion.
And we are so very fortunate to have you there for 2021, and that'll be great. We just want to clarify that. So
yeah, because I thought support. You were getting all the money.
Yeah, you did. You're like, how did you create a casino?
You're going to a casino? Like who'd you talk to? How did you work that out? Do we have to get you like a cane and like a top hat, and you're going to start rolling around? Big money?
I think fortunately for those in North Dakota, they're very passionate about our student athletes. So I think the opportunity to give them a chance to gamble and also support NDSU is at the same time is a great thing.
If it's something near and dear to his heart and gives his customers? Would you call them customers? Your fans?
Fans,
Do you have
guests.
fans?
We call
Your
them guests, Jared.
Your
Yes.
guests, something to do during the day or at night or whenever they just want to hop into the air-conditioned
casino.
the
I mean, it's a win. It's a win-win. They're going to enjoy themselves, enjoy the concert, and then hopefully leave with a little extra money in their pocket too.
That's right.
That
and
happens when you go to a casino?
they can literally walk across the street. They don't even have to drive, right? They come from their campground right in.
It's there.
It's built in.
They can
It's
sit there and
almost
pull
too.
that
It's
tab.
hey, you're making it too easy.
What?
Well,
They're not going to want to leave.
that's
That's
part
a
of
good
the
thing,
process, right?
Touche.
Luke hates it when you give out secrets. Now he's
Oh, there's no secret there. That's full.
all right. So we're gonna roll into a big week for you guys, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is a big week for us. We're looking forward to Saturday. Obviously, a lot of as you guys know as well as anybody, 2020 seems to always bring something new every day. So we obviously are adjusting and adapting just like everybody else. And there's been a lot of different directions and turns that our season has taken. But we're really excited for Saturday to give our student athletes a chance to compete, which is what they love to do and strap it up for the Bison. So no, we're really excited. Obviously, we've had some changes, but we're excited to see our kids compete again. It's been too long. It's crazy to think the last competition that we had was when we beat UND in the Summit League men's basketball championship, and that seems like eons ago. So we're excited. We're excited to see our kids compete. So it'll be a fun weekend.
So this is a big change for you because you just took this job over in 2019, and now you got to deal with COVID and how to adapt.
Yeah. It's we're certainly, as talking with some people, I'm learning something new every day. I would say I've learned some things probably faster through all this than I maybe would have otherwise. I think sometimes, again, I'm preaching to the choir here with you guys, but adjusting and adapting. What's true one day might not be true the next.
Right.
And sometimes in leadership roles, you will never please everybody. And so you just do the best you can with the information you have. And for us, we've always kept our fans, our donors, and our student athletes at the forefront and keeping them safe. So we'll always lean back on that too as we make decisions.
How have you been staying in contact with like the folks
donors?
from
That's
team
gotta be
makers
hard.
and donors? Yeah, that's always interesting to me because we did
Yeah.
that as well. But how did that work out for you guys?
Yeah, so when a lot of this started going down, we've got over 3,300 accounts, which those 3,300 accounts, there's about 13,000 total season tickets within that, but 3,300 accounts. So we made the decision early on. We were going to do the best we could to call everyone individually, just to go over what the potential spring season is going to look like, what their options are for any of the money that they've already paid that they've now lost because we're playing less games this year. So we started that process a couple months ago, and we're continuing to do that. We've had to adjust a little bit here recently with not being able to have fans in the stands here this Saturday. We moved to an online form. We'll continue to call some people, but just in an effort to get people their options. Again, we've changed course a little bit the last couple of weeks, so want to get them their information, but we're continuing to call people. And quite honestly, for me, it's been a great experience because with me still being relatively new, it's been fun for me to connect with a number of our fans over the phone and develop that relationship and that trust. So it's been a blessing for me in disguise too, in a sense. So doing the best we can to make that personal touch with everybody.
Yeah, you get to reach out and get to know your donors on a firsthand basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's been fun. A lot of our fans are so passionate about our student athletes, which is awesome to see. Certainly disappointed we can't have them in the Dome here this weekend. But it's been a lot of fun to get to know them and learn from them and hear from them and see how they're doing. This thing has obviously affected people in a lot of different ways. So it's been fun just to check in with them too and see how they're doing.
That's a great personal touch, right? Not every thing that you're involved in all of a sudden gets a phone call from the actual executive director and say, how you doing?
If you're good at development or good at raising money or calling your VIPs, you're going to reach out and call because, you know, you
would be amazed, Mr. Jared. I don't know. There's plenty of phone calls I have not gotten.
I do know.
What I would add to that too, just from NDSU's standpoint, is I think that anyone that knows NDSU and knows why we are where we are today, we've always done things different. And we'll continue to do that, and that's what's made us successful. So we're just continuing to do what we've done, and so it's been a lot of fun to connect with all those people.
And I know ASU did about this a similar thing when they called to ask us for our season tell us about our season tickets.
Arizona State.
Did they? Yeah. So they called wanted to know. They wanted
more. They care about you.
They cared about the donation at the end. They're like, hey, do you want to keep the donation going on?
Oh.
And it's like,
I see NDSU team maker in your future, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, recruiting a couple of people. I love it.
That's right.
It's got to be like osmosis because it just boils out of Luke or bubbles out of Luke. His enthusiasm for the Bison is always there. So
I love it.
What Derrick said, I mean, once you're in that program, it is definitely different than somewhere else. And if you don't experience it, then you can say, oh, yeah, well, it's the same there. It's just not. And things are done just a little bit different. Or actually, I would say
even their image, right? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, game day goes there. They're known as a premier football program, even though it's the FCS level, they're known as producing players, coaches, those sorts of things. So
our brand has certainly come a long ways. I think obviously the football success has a lot to do with that, but we've got all of our programs that are really successful across the board. Our softball program has won the Summit League, 12 out of the last 13 years, and we've got a beautiful facility there. And men's basketball has been in the tournament consistently, and so we've got a lot of our, obviously football plays a big part in that with game day and the draft picks and all those things. But we're fortunate that we support all of our programs across the board are fully supported and have everything they need to be successful. So that all certainly plays a part in that.
So Saturday,
there's something going on Saturday.
Central Arkansas rolls into the Dome, 2:30 Central kickoff. Number 11, ESPN Plus. Obviously, you'll be watching.
I will. What else is there to watch right now?
Friends and family of players will be there in the stands.
Right.
But the one thing that'll be missing is the tailgating, right? I think NDSU, there's many polls out there, but NDSU tailgating has been ranked in the top 5.
Top 5?
Top 5 of all college football, not FCS, all college football. Some of them have been 3, some have been 4.
I need to see these polls.
However, I've never seen Arizona State on it.
We need the fact checkers in here to roll through that on that.
Tell our listeners, Jared, how that tailgating experience is when it all comes back. This is what they're going to be looking forward to.
I wouldn't know.
Maybe you should go.
You ask Jared if he would know. Derrick, how's that tailgating experience?
Sorry.
Yeah, hey, close enough. I've been called worse.
Yeah, version.
I've been called worse. No, it's No, it's that's another element of game day that's really evolved. I think probably 15, 20 years ago, it started with, some people just sitting on the back of their truck tailgate and hanging out with their friends. Now, if you come up to tailgating, the financial investment and time that people have put into the rigs that they have out there is pretty significant. So they're all in, and it's become a family affair. They're out there hanging out with their family and friends, and shoot, there are people that start making their food and preparing all that on Tuesday and Wednesday of that week. So it's a big deal. Our fans put a ton of effort and energy into that, and it's a huge part of the game day experience. It's become more than just the game. People are out there lined up at 6 a.m. ready to go, fired up about Bison football. So it's a huge part of the game day experience. It's if people haven't been out there, I'd highly suggest, whether you're a Bison fan or not, come to Fargo, check out a weekend when we're back to some sort of normalcy, hopefully next fall, because it's a pretty cool experience. It's a community event, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, so there is a spring football season, is that right, for the FCS?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. Yeah, so we'll start our spring season the last week of February. So our first game is going to be it's actually going to be a Sunday, which is a little bit different. Obviously, there are some challenges with a spring season on a short notice in terms of facilities being used for different events and all those things. So having to adjust a little bit, especially on our end, with us not owning the Fargo Dome, we had to be a little bit flexible, and so the league's been working with us. But so yes, we'll start last week of February. It'll be a Sunday, and then we'll play 8 conference games, 4 at home, 4 away, and then we'll go into a 16-team playoff, and then the national championship. If we're hopefully blessed to make it that far, will be May 15th, still down in Frisco, Texas.
So that's kind of awesome, though, because you're kind of the only game in town at that point. The NFL will be over. College football will be over.
Yep. Yeah. So it'll be certainly the only football going on in the country. So it will be a little bit better exposure for the FCS. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more games on TV and have a national audience. And
it'll be what the USFL or Arena Football League or whatever XFL has always tried to be, is spring football, but it'll actually be watchable probably.
What'll be cool about it on 2 things. Yeah, because people will still be thriving for football because football started later on BCS football and NFL.
Pac-12 will probably still be getting around.
Pac-12 will be over.
Yeah.
But what a great exposure in the FCS, where it's one of those leagues where people don't usually see it on TV.
Right.
That's ESPN.
You have to go out and look.
Yeah.
Look hard. And I'll be popping up ESPN. There's going to be a 16-game tournament. I'm going to want to watch it because there's nothing else to watch, so it's amazing.
The other thing that is cool, and Derrick, you're a player, and so was I a way long time ago. But what's cool is they don't – correct me if I'm wrong – they don't lose any eligibility, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah. So this year, no matter how many games you play, you will not lose in any of your – it won't count against your clock or your eligibility at all. So which is great. Just because this season brings so many different challenges. So yeah, no student athletes for our fall sports will lose any years of eligibility. So they'll all have the chance, if they're a senior this year, to come back if they would like.
Well, that's kind of the joy of being able to play this weekend, isn't it? Because you got in 4 weeks of practice getting ready for this game. So now you're going to be a little more prepared when you get to the spring season, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that was one thing we were really excited about. When some things changed, the NCAA ruled you can spend a little bit more, if you have games scheduled for the fall, you can spend a little bit more time with your student athletes on the practice field. So we were excited to get this game, especially this weekend, so that our coaching staff could spend more time with them. So that was a huge advantage of getting at least the one game here in the fall. Obviously, there's other positives to that. I think our student athletes are probably sick of hitting each other and hitting the same color. You know how that goes, Luke. Get sick of seeing the same guy over and over. So our
same
student
offense,
athletes
same defense.
seeing the same clip 18,000 times.
Yeah,
the defense is calling out the play before you even line up. You're like, bubble screen, jailbreak. Oh,
yeah. It's like, oh, congratulations. You've seen this like 18 times. So I'd hope you have it figured out. No, so our kids are excited to, play someone else. So it'll be fun.
Well, yeah. And Trey Lance needs a game to show that he's going to be drafted, he's still going to get drafted, but he needs something to show 1 through 10 where he's at, I'm supposing. Yeah, no,
it'll be a great opportunity for him. I think Trey has certainly never made this game about him at all. It's been about the Bison, and we wouldn't expect anything less. Trey's a great football player. I think he's a better human being. Does things the right way. Gets great in the classroom, great in the community. He's a great ambassador for NDSU. So no, we're excited about his opportunities in the future. He's certainly going to have those. But I'm sure he's looking forward to putting that Bison uniform on at least one more time, and we'll see in the future what happens.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Do you play in the spring or not play in the spring?
No, you don't play in the spring. If you're asking me.
You're just straight for the draft and take the dough.
You're already ranked like number 10, in the whole thing. So,
so
I'll play this weekend, and then I'll be like, hey.
1 through 10.
I think it's probably a win-win for Trey, right? He's in a good spot, and he's loved being a Bison, so it's we're excited for him, whatever opportunity he takes advantage of.
Well, I'm excited for the game this Saturday.
Now I'm gonna watch it,
and we always give our guests a nice little question towards the end.
Oh yeah.
What
What would you be doing if you could do anything in the world right now?
Nope, not that one.
Oh no.
That's a different one. That's a different guest. So Jared's a
Eric?
huge
Were you gonna call me
No,
Eric?
I said Jared's a huge Arizona State
I am
fan.
a Sun Devil.
He's a devil.
Okay.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like this, but they do it a little bit different. Oh, the fork.
Forks
Yeah.
up.
So what's can I ask a question first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
So
ask
what's
me.
what are your thoughts, feelings on the Herm Edwards era?
That's
it,
great.
Oh,
So
I like this. I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
It'll make happy. He likes the Herm, the coach, I think. Honestly, when he got announced, I was like, really? Herm Edwards? Like, he hasn't coached in a long, long time.
NFL analyst.
Right.
Last time he coached was the Jets, I think.
Yeah, and it's just it was less exciting than you would want for our program, especially after the Todd Graham era, the Dennis Erickson era.
Yeah, you've been
Cutter.
through all of them.
Right.
So Jared's been a diehard graduate, all that stuff.
I've been there a long time.
Dirk Cutter.
Dirk Cutter. Forgot about that one.
Right? That's where coaches come to die sometimes. But
you
yeah,
just said that about your own team.
I know. So I was less than excited, but I'll tell you what, Herm has really invigorated the program to a point where it's an NFL style program now. So we've got NFL coaches that are coming in, working with Herm. The kids it's treated like an NFL program. The kids are treated that way. If you're good as a freshman, you're going to play, and Herm lives up to his words. So, I think we were pretty excited this year about the prospects of seeing where it was going to go. So the first year, was like, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Because that was still Dennis Erickson's guys.
No, it was still Todd Graham's guys.
Oh, was it really? Yeah. No, it was close.
No.
50-50.
No.
He wasn't there. He was there 3-4 years.
No, he's there 5.
Oh, so
no, he's certainly put an impressive staff together.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, between
we had a coach that was here at NDSU for a couple of years, Jamar Kane, was at Arizona State last year and had nothing but great things to say about working there. So
yeah, it's kind of a re-envisioning of the program, which I like. You can kind of tell the difference from the sidelines because under the previous regime, they didn't look like they were having that much fun. And on the sidelines, the players or the kids are looking like they're enjoying being out there and they want to play. And they're not, when they're getting yelled at, they're getting yelled at for doing something. They're just not getting yelled at to get yelled at. So,
right.
The fans, there's more fans getting more involved.
Yeah, I think
crowds are bigger.
I think we go through this. ASU's the ultimate Greek tragedy. Like it starts off, you get really excited, you get really pumped up, and then somebody comes and kicks the chair out from underneath you, and then you're back to the bottom, and you build your way back up.
Well, speaking of that, let's ask the question. So the Herm Edwards Arizona State Sun Devils versus North Dakota State Bison with Trey Lance playing right now today. Coming down to Phoenix, to Tempe to play. Who wins?
Are we playing in August? Or
No, we're playing today.
Today?
Well, we'll just say Saturday instead of Central Arkansas. They're going to play Arizona State at Arizona State.
That'd be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Question. Answer.
Am I going first?
You go first. I already know who I'm picking.
I know who I'm picking. And I know who you're picking because you're a teammate.
Yeah. You probably know which way I would sway. Yeah. No, that'd be a lot of fun. I tell you what, I haven't seen a ton of Arizona State, but I think I know our kids and our staff would be excited about that opportunity. And I think our style of play will always give us an opportunity. I think we've proven that obviously in the last 10 years or so. So that'd be a lot of fun. Who else would be really excited is our fan base. Oh, yeah. We've got, as you guys know, we've got a lot of snowbirds that come down there for the winter and have places down there. So that'd be a lot of fun. Let's make it happen.
Hey, I'm pitching for that, right? So I'm saying when that happens, that's going to be great. I think Arizona State, NDSU.
I think we only play.
Great game.
I don't think we would schedule.
Great game.
Like I'm surprised Oregon scheduled it this year, didn't they?
Weren't you guys and that was that was probably scheduled 6-7 years ago. Those things certainly take time, but we'll be in Tucson
even 6-7 years
from now.
3 years from now down at U of A.
2022.
Do you guys have all your passports and stuff in order for when you go over the border?
Jared doesn't like.
I don't like Tucson, and I don't like the U of A.
That's the team down south, you say, right?
Down south.
Yeah.
Over the border.
Yep.
in Mexico.
So I would say the game's closer than the experts think, and NDSU wins.
I'm
Love it.
gonna say ASU would win, but I would be worried.
And I would say that Arizona State would not schedule it just because of that fact.
Right.
Possibility.
Right. They would. Well, I don't know. I think this new regime might, if there was a benefit.
I don't know. But Derrick's no stranger to big games. He is one of the big parts when he played that knocked off Kansas State.
Right. This
back
is the
in
argument that
2013.
Luke always tells me is like, oh, hey, Kansas State got knocked off back in this one day.
Oh, and then
It was
But that's
it was
the
a
part of the
great play call.
That's right. Colorado State beat Minnesota, then Kansas State, and
Right.
Derrick did 2 third down conversions to keep the drive going. And
So how is that when you beat a ranked team coming up from FCS?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I can't remember if Kansas State was ranked that year or not. They did win the Big 12 the year prior.
Luke swears they were, so that's
They
part of
weren't.
his
They,
argument.
and they
looked,
might.
they
They,
were.
They could've
Oh,
been.
you were lying?
We'll just say they had votes.
Oh. He had
Yeah.
me worried. He's like, oh, really? Wow, I didn't.
Hey,
I don't remember that.
Arizona State wasn't ranked either at
No,
that time.
That's
so.
fair.
no, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, we were blessed. We get a chance to play in front of 18,000 people every week, but to play in front of 50 plus is an unbelievable experience too. So
Right.
that was a lot of fun.
Derrick, how can people get involved in Team Makers and the NDSU Athletic Club?
Yeah, it's certainly feel free to always reach out to our staff. We'll always take care of you, and we've got our contact information on our website, but can certainly go to ndsuathleticfund.com as well. That's an easy way to get involved and sign up from wherever you're located. But otherwise, certainly give us a call and we can send more information. But yeah, I would always just go to our website, educate yourselves on how to get involved and all the things we're doing and the great accomplishments our student athletes are accomplishing in the community, in the classroom, and in competition. We're really proud of everything they're accomplishing. So it's a great thing to be a part of.
And you're having watch parties this weekend for the big game, so
Yeah,
people can go to
you
various
bet.
sites and watch those. That's kind of cool. You have to adapt. So
Yeah, and we've got alums and proud alums and people that are passionate about the Bison all over the country. So they end up organizing a lot of those, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see when people are posting flags of the Bison in Florida and the Caribbean, Arizona, all kinds of places. So it's a national brand. I will say that.
the best off-site, I don't know, watch party I ever did was watching an ASU game in New York City, and the game started at like 1 o'clock their time, and it was up in one of the bars there, and those kids or the people there came to party, and it was interesting watching a game until 4 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. But,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
so
Hey, Jared.
wow.
Well, I
No,
was
you were
going to say, hey,
talking to
Jared.
me, but-
Yeah.
okay,
That's
who we
all right.
talking
Now
to?
you come in. Derrick, hey,
I'm
thanks
just
for
gonna go by Derrick.
Thanks for the time, my friend. Thanks for joining us. It was great. I know it's a super busy week for you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the time, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
No, absolutely appreciate you guys having us, and we're really excited to be a part of Country Fest moving forward in the future.
Hey,
Nice to meet you, Derrick.
appreciate
We'll
it.
have to have you in when you come down to raise some money from those snowbirds.
That's right.
I love it.
See you later.
I'm in. See you guys.
Go Bison.
Brothers and sisters, I hear you asking yourself day after day, what am I gonna have for lunch? Do I want another burger? Do I need another taco? Brothers and sisters, may I introduce you to Bruno's Pizza. Pizza is the bread of endless possibilities. What can go on a pizza can go in a calzone wrap. Look beyond the pepperoni, 32 pizzas and a snack. If you like heat, try the Lava Hawaiian. Marauder Pizza is also kicking. You need Bruno's Pizza in your life. Let the humble Bruno's Pizza lift you up from your hunger and deliver you into the realm of satisfaction. Bruno's Pizza, 910 East Front Avenue, online at brunosnt.com. Can I get a napkin?
Know the rest, and we are out of here. Woo!